Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are continuing the series, the solution series of the NDA 1 to 2014 questions. In the last video, we did it till 1 to 40 questions. Now we will taking it forward. We will be taking it forward, and as the last video became very big and lengthy, therefore we will make it shorter. 40 to 60 we will take 41 to 60. Okay, the video will be short, so it will be easier for you to find the answers and you can practice it anytime. So coming back to the question number 41, we will start from here only. What it says is what is the value of cos 36 degree. This is very easy question. This is very much common. Most of you have learned about it. The value of cos 36 degree is root 5 plus 1 by 4. And similarly, if it is asked for cos 74 degree, then what will be the value of cos 74 degree? That will be equal to this. Okay. So these are quite common values, so we must learn them. And we can find the value of cos 18 degree from this also by using the formula 2 cos square theta minus 1. Okay. Okay. Let's move to the question number 42. What it says is what is the consider the following statement. Value of sin theta oscillates between minus 1 and 1. Okay, let's make the graph of sin theta. As we know that sin theta graph of sin theta looks like this, and this is the value of 1 and this is minus 1. That means the value of sin theta never goes higher than 1 and never falls down much than minus 1. Therefore it is correct that the value of sin theta oscillates between minus 1 and 1. Now moving to the second statement, that what it says is the value of cos theta oscillates between 0 and 1. If we make the graph of cos theta also, the graph looks like this. Okay, it also its maximum value is also 1 and minimum value is minus 1. It also never goes higher than 1 and falls much less than minus 1. Therefore this is wrong to say that the value oscillates between 0 1. It actually oscillates between minus 1 and 1, similar to sin theta. Okay, the first statement is only correct. Okay, now moving to the question number 43. What is it asking is x and y are positive and xy is greater than 1, then what is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y? If you have learned this in your 12th syllabus, that if x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and if xy is greater than 0, sorry 1, xy is greater than 1, okay, then the formula of tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to pi plus tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. This is the formula for if the product is greater than 1, and if it is less than 1, then if xy is less than 1, then this becomes tan inverse x xy up, sorry, x plus y upon 1 minus xy only. Okay, so here our answer is B only. Now moving to the next question. Our next question is question number 44. Consider the following statements: n sine square 67.5 degree minus sine square 22.5 degrees greater than 1 for all positive integer n. Before getting this conclusion, we have to find the value of this only. First, we have to find the value of this. Okay, let's change the pen. Here is the, what is it saying, that sine square. If we open this, change this to mixed to unmixed, mixed to proper fraction, what it will come? It will be 135 degree. 135 degree upon 2, and the second one is sine square 22.5 degree, that will be 45.5 degree. Quite easier. Okay, now sine square theta minus sine square theta 1 minus sine square theta 2, it can be written as sine 13.5 degree by, okay, plus sine 45.5 degree, full in bracket, and other one can be written as sine 13.5 degree minus sine 45.5 degree. Okay, now let's solve it. Sin थीटा प्लस sin थीटा, सॉरी sin थीटा 1, या फिर हम कह सकते हैं sin a प्लस sin b. sin a plus sin b, what is the formula of sin a plus sin b? It's 2 sin a plus b upon 2. A plus b upon 2, if we sum these two parts, what it will come? It will come around 180 by 2, that is 90 by 2 is 45 degree. And sin cos a minus b, now we will subtract this. Okay, So when we will subtracting this, now it will come in 45 degree. Okay, 45 degree upon 2. Now in the multiplication we are having what? This is sine A minus sine B. Okay, sine A minus sine B. What is the formula of sine A minus sine B? It's 2 cos A plus B by 2. That is cos of 45 degree and sine of 45 and a half degree. Now taking this and this in common and rest outside, what we will be getting is 2 into 1 by root 2 for this part, and 1 by root 2 for this one. Okay, and this, that is written 2 cos 45 and a half degree and sine 45 and a half degree. This can be written as what? It can be written as sine of 45 degree. Okay, so this will come 2 upon 2 into 1 upon root 2, that is 1 upon root 2. Okay, so and what it is asking us, that n into now this whole value is equal to 1 by root 2, so we can write 1 by root 2. This is greater than 1 or not. Now let's check it out. So n should be greater than what? Root 2, and the condition given to us is n greater than equal to 2. Now root 2, what is the value of root 2? Root 2 is 1.414. Okay, फॉर ऑल पॉजिटिव एन ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 2 बोला गया है हमको, और हमारा आंसर क्या आ रहा है? एन इज ग्रेटर देन रूट 2. So for finding the root 2, what we are getting, that is greater than 1.414, and for all positive integer this will be the true situation. For all n greater than equal to 2, this is correct always. So this the first statement is correct. Now moving to the second statement, what it says is, if x is a positive real number, then nx is greater than 1 for all positive integer greater than equal to 2. This is now, let's have a look at it. What it is saying is x is greater than पॉजिटिव रियल नंबर्स बोले गए हैं, तो हम बोल सकते हैं x इज ग्रेटर देन 0. ओके, एंड व्हेन n इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 2, nx will be greater than equal to 0. Okay, so we can't say that for all. Here it is written for all positive integer. For all positive integer, this is not correct. For all positive but for some it can be correct, that is from 0 to 1. If n belongs to 0 to 1, then this can be correct, but for all it is not correct. Therefore this is also wrong. Only first part is correct. Going to the question number 45, what it is asking, that if cos okay, if theta is 3 theta is in acute angle, then such that the sin 3 theta is equal to cos 2 theta, then the measurement of the theta in radians is equal to 5 by 10. Let's check the value of this, whether it is satisfying. The one way is of solving that is, we can change whole equation into in terms of sin theta, and then find the equation of theta. But here what we can do is that we have the theta in radians, we can put this value in this equation, and we can check whether this is true or not. If it is true, then we will say that is the correct answer. Okay, sine of 3 pi upon 10, what will be the value of sine of 3 pi upon 10? And other side we are having cos of 2 pi upon 10. Okay, so either way, can we say that this is these both equations are same or not? For finding that, what we can do is, we can apply sine को हम we can write sine as cos of pi by 2 minus 3 pi upon 10. Can we? Yes, we can. Okay, so it can be written as cos of 2 pi upon 10. This is correct. We are getting the same equation. So this equation is correct. Okay, this is satisfying. Other way, that the other way what we are having, that we can change the sine 3 of theta into 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta. Okay, that way is a rather that is a lengthy way. You will have to find the solutions of the cubic equation. That is not easier yet. Okay, so let's move to the question number second statement. Second statement, what it is saying: 1 radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc of the same circle whose length is equal to the diameter of the circle. Oh, is that correct? It is saying that 1 radian 1 radian is the angle 1 radian is the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc of the same circle whose length is equal to the length of the diameter. Okay, it is saying that this arc length is equal to the 2r. Okay, then this is 1 radian. This is totally wrong. This is not the correct definition of 1 radian. Okay, this is wrong. Only first one is correct. Okay, now moving to the question number 46. Okay, the question number 46, very standard question. From an aeroplane above a height above a straight road, the angles of depression of two positions at a distance 20 meter apart on the road are observed at 30 degree and 45 degree. The height of the aeroplane above the ground is okay. So this you might get confused which case it is talking of about. There are two cases. Aeroplane might be there. Okay, aeroplane might be there, and these two whatever the positions, these two positions might be like this can be 20 meter and this can be 30 degree. Okay, and this can be 45 degree, obviously the greater angle. So we are supposed to find the height of h. Let's solve this. And if answer doesn't came from this case, we have another case also. So in the here it is not written that the okay on a road, it is written that they are apart on a road, but not written that they are on the other sides or on the same side of the plane. So there might be differences, so we will solve both the cases. Okay, let's move on to this case. Here we can write that tan of 45 degree, that is h upon, let this distance to be x, h upon x plus 20. Okay, so h will be equal to x plus 20. Very easy. Now for tan 30 degree, tan of 30 degree will be equal to x upon h, isn't it? Okay, so therefore x will be equal to what, h by root 3. Very simple, quite simple. Okay, now this putting this equation into one, putting the second equality into one. So what we are getting is h is equal to h upon root 3 plus 20. Okay, now solve this. We will having h of root 3 minus 1 is equal to 20 root 3, and then h is equal to 20 of root 3 by root 3 minus 1. It will come 10 of root 3 into root 3 plus 1. So looking into the solutions, we find that there is no solution matching. So we came to know that this was not the case. Both the positions are on the other sides of the aeroplane. So what we will do, we will take the case number 2 also. Now let's take the case number 2. Case number 2 is saying that there is an aeroplane and both the positions are on the other side. Okay. So both the positions are on upper side, and this is 45 degree and this is 30 degree, and the distance between these two is 20 meter. Okay, and we have to find the height of the aeroplane. Okay, so what we will do is we will let one of the distances, let this distance to be x, let this be x. Okay, and this will be equal to 20 minus x. So again solving the equations, what we will get is tan of 45 degree, it will be equal to h upon x, or basically x upon h. Okay, so we are getting that x is equal to h, the first equation. Now coming to the other one, that is tan of 30 degree is what it is. It will be equal to 20 minus x upon h. Tan of 30 degree is root 3 and h is equal to x. Okay, so we have to replace 20 minus h upon h. Okay, h upon root 3 plus h is equal to 20. H is equal to 20 of root 3 by root 3 plus 1. Okay, so we are going to find that it will come 10 of root 3 into root 3 minus 1. Again the answer is not matching. So we came to know that h can be either this or can be either this. So if you will look at the answer keys of the past years, the answer given is this one. I don't know how do they give this answer, but this is not the correct answer, and instantly there is no correct answer in this these four options. Okay, So let's move to the next question. This is a question of information. You have to confirm whether this is correct or not. Okay, coming to the question number 47, what it is saying is consider the following statements. There exists no triangle ABC for which sin A plus sin B is equal to sin C can happen. Okay, so what we will going to do is we have to solve this. Okay, so for solving it, we need some space. Let's do it. Okay, question number 47, it is saying that sin A plus sin B should be equal to sin C. So for that, if let's take that it can happen. Okay, so if we are taking that happen, making that happen, then we should get a solution also. Okay, the sin A plus sin B is equal to sin of C. Sin of C can be written as sin of 180 degree minus A minus B. This can be written as sin of A plus B. Sin of sin B is equal to sin of A plus B. Okay, no problem in this. This is correct. This is correct. But can we have a solution for this equation? Can this be correct anytime? Okay, we know that sine of A plus sine of B is equal to sine 2 of sine of A plus B upon 2, and cos of A minus B upon 2 is equal to sine of A plus B. That means it should be equal to 2 of sine A plus B, and the cos of A minus B upon 2. If we solve this equation, this will give take up to here cos of A plus B upon 2. Can this be correct anytime? Can this be true? A minus B equal to A plus B. That means B is equal to 0. For B equal to 0, there exists no triangle. So this equation is true. This statement is true that there exists no triangle for which sin A plus sin B is equal to sin C. This can never happen. So, moving to the question. Okay, second statement. What it is saying is, it is saying that okay, it is saying that the angles of the triangle are in ratio 1 ratio 2 ratio 3. Okay, if the angles are in 1 ratio 2 ratio 3, then it can be written as theta plus 2 theta plus 3 theta. It will be equal to pi. That is 6 theta is equal to pi, and theta is equal to pi by 6. Okay, but when we okay, we have got the value of theta here, so we can write that a of a ratio b ratio c will be equal to sine a sine b sine c. Here sine of a is pi by 6, sine pi by 6 will be equal to sine pi by 6 will be equal to 1 by 2. Sine of pi by 3 will be equal to root 3 by 2, and sine of pi by 2 will be equal to 1. So we are the ratio will come out will be 1 root 3 2. So this is also correct. So both 1 and 2 are correct option. That is C is the correct answer. Going to the question number 48, what it is saying, consider the following statement: sin mod x plus cos mod x is always positive. Is that correct? No, never. It can be can't be correct. Is that? Let's have a look over it. It is saying that sine of mod x is and cos of mod x is always positive. If we take the value of sine x to be, let's take the value of x to be, no, that is not correct. That can that can't be correct. Okay. Well, let's take an example. For taking an example, we will take pi plus pi by 3. There is 4 pi by 3. Let's take theta or x to be equal to 4 pi by 3. For 4 pi by 3, sine of mod x will be less than 0, and cos of mod x will also be less than 0. The whole equation will be negative. So this is wrong. Okay. Sine x square plus cos x square is always positive. This is also wrong. The same thing is repeating again. And then being angle to be positive, that the given that can't give the confirmation that the sine x square will be positive. So this is wrong. Neither one, neither two. Moving to the question number 49, what it says is 1 plus sine upon 1 minus sine A is given an equation in sine. If you know the direct formula, you can apply it here. But if you don't know the direct formula, we can do a small thing that it is that can be done is we can do yes, we can take the LCM here. That is 1 minus of sine square A, and if after solving the upper part, you will get 4 of sine A. That is quite simple. 4 of sine A upon cos square A, that is 4 of tan A into sec A. 4 of sec A into tan A. That is the right answer. Let's move to the next question. Moving to the next question, that is question number 50. What it says, what is the cot? Okay, this expression is given to us, and what it is equal to is asked from us. So, if you know the formula of cot A plus B, that is cot of A, cot of B minus 1 by cot of A plus cot of B. For from this formula, we can get and similarly for negative one, it is cot of A minus 1 equal to cot of A cot of B plus 1 upon cot of A minus cot of B. So from this formula we can get the value of this. We can solve this. Okay. For solving this we have to clean some area. Okay. Now when we go to solve this equation, I'm not writing it again here as this is clearly visible here only. Okay. Cot of A minus cot of B will be equal to cot of A into cot of B plus 1 upon cot of A minus B. Okay. Cot of 224 degree, cot of 134 degree minus, sorry, plus 1 upon cot of A minus B, and that is 124 minus 134 degree. 120 minus 124 minus 134 degree, how much it will be? It will be equal to 90 degree. Cot of 90 degree. Okay. Now the denominator part. Denominator part will be equal to cot of 226 degree into cot of 316 degree, or and minus of 1 divided by, now a plus b, we have to do a plus b, cot of a plus b. Okay, so 316 plus 226, how much it will come? In plus 216, sorry, 226, 542. And it is cot of 542 degrees Celsius. Sorry, not Celsius, 542 degree. uh, okay, we know cot of 90 degree, how much it is? Cot of 90 degree is, cot of 90 degree is 0. Come 1 upon 0. 1, not exactly 1. It should come upon something something here. That is, I am letting it to be x upon something 0, because this will come into the numerator or denominator only. Okay, so this part, okay, this will come 0. So it will come to infinity. And here the options which are given to us are cosec minus 88 degree, cosec 2 degree, cosec 44 degree, cosec 46 degrees. If you know the value of cosec 0, that is cosec 0 is infinity. Cosec 0 is infinity. Okay, and cosec 90 is 1. Is 1. So the answer given in the answer key is B, but actually it should be cosec 0 degree. 0 should be there. Okay, but as minus 2 is given, I don't know why they give this answer, but 0 should be there. Okay, now moving to the next question. Moving to the question number 51, it says consider the following statements. Tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 0.5 is equal to pi by 2, and the another statement is sin inverse 1 by 3 plus sin inverse, sorry, cos inverse 1 by 3 is equals to pi by 2. So we have to prove that whether this is correct or not. Okay, solving the first part, that is tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 0.5 is equal to pi by 2 or not. Okay, tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. We very well know that tan inverse 1 is pi by 4 and tan inverse half. Okay, we can do one thing also. Can we apply the formula here? Both x and y are greater than 0 and xy is less than 0. Xy is less than 0. So tan inverse x plus tan inverse y will be equal to tan inverse x plus y, that is 1.5 upon 1 minus xy, that is 0.5, that it will give us tan inverse t. It will never be equal to pi by 2. Okay, so this one is wrong. Going to the second part, what it says is sine inverse of 1 by 3 plus cos inverse of 1 by 3 pi by 2. Okay, this is an identity. If you know that cos inverse x plus sine inverse x is equal to pi by 2. This is an identity, so this will be correct. Yes, this will be correct. Only B is correct. Move to the question number 52. What it says is a plus b plus c is equal to pi. Then what is the value? What is cos a plus b plus cos c? Okay, if you know very well that cos of a plus b can be written as 180 degree minus c plus cos of c, that it will be equal to minus of cos c plus of cos c, that is equal to 0. Now moving to the question number 53, what it says, what is cos 20 degree plus cos 100 degree plus cos 140 degree? If you know the formula of cos a plus cos b, we will do the same here. Cos of a, we will take the last ones. Okay, that will somewhat will make our work easier. Okay, so let's take the last ones. Cos of a plus cos of b, it is equal to 2 of cos a plus b by 2 cos of a minus b by 2, and 2 of cos of a plus b by 2, that is 160 degree upon 2, that is 80 degree, and cos of a minus b by 2, that is 120 by 2, that is 60 degree. Cos of 60 degree plus cos of 100 degree. If you know the value of cos 60 degree, it is 1 by 2, so this and this will be get deducted. So we are left with cos of 80 degree plus cos of 100 degree. Now again cos of a plus cos of b, it will be equal to 2 of cos of a plus b by 2, that is 182 by 2, that is cos of 90 degree, and minus, that is cos of 10 degree. Cos of 90 degree is 0, so answer will be D. Now into the question number 54. What is the value of sine inverse sine 3 pi by 5 equal to? This is the angle, that is 3 pi by 5 is less than pi but greater than pi by 2. Huh. So this is greater than pi by 2. What we will do is sine inverse sine of 5 minus 2 pi by 5. Okay. It will give us sine inverse sine of pi minus 2 pi by 5 is sine of 2 pi by 5, and hence answer is 2 pi by 5. Now moving to the question number 55. Question number 55. What is sine square 3 pi plus cos square 4 pi plus tan square 5 pi is equal to sine square of 3 pi? If you know very well that sine of pi is always 0, whether it is 1 pi, 2 pi or 3 pi. Sine of pi is 0. This will give us 0. Cos of pi. Cos of pi is 1. Okay. So here it is written 4 pi. This will give us 1. Now tan of pi. If you know the graph of tan, it's like this. This is pi by 2. Okay. And then like this. This is pi. Okay. So tan square of 5 pi will be equal to 0. So 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. Easy peasy. This question was very easy. Now moving to the question number 56. Consider the following points: 0, 5, 2, minus 1, 3, minus 1. Which of the above lie on the line this at a distance of root 10 from this? What is the question? Now first we will check whether these points lie on this line or not. Okay, 0 comma 5, yes it is lying, and 2 comma minus 1, yes it is lying, and 3 comma minus 4, okay, 3 comma minus 4, yes it is also lying. So we will now find the a simple method is you can find the distance from this. Okay, so it will be equal to 1 square plus 3 square, that is 9, that is root 10. Yes, this is also root 10, but we should check also ki whether other options are matching. Yes, as it is given there, first option is matching. Yes, okay, now the second one, that is 2 minus 1, it will be equal to 1 square plus 3 square, it is also giving the answer. Now the second one, 2 square, that is 4 plus 6 square, that is 36. Okay, one second, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 square is 4, and 6 square is 36, that is root of 40, it is giving root of 40. Now this is not the answer. Okay, 1 and 2 only, C is the answer. Okay, moving to the question number 57. What is the equation of the line through 1 comma 2 so that the segment of the line intercepted between the axis is bisected at this point? Okay, if you see the options given to us, it is somewhat similar. Okay, so we can apply a trick here. What is the trick? That 1 comma 2 lies in the first quadrant. This point lies in the first quadrant. So the line passing through the first quadrant, okay, the line which is cutting the coordinate axis in the first quadrant will be our required line. So what we will do is we will draw all these four lines on the coordinate axis, and we will get the answer very well. Okay, what is given? The first equation is 2x minus y is equals to 4. Putting x is equal to 0, we will get y is equal to minus 4, that is yeah, okay there. And putting y is equal to 0, we will get x is equal to 2. Okay, this line is something like this. This is the first option. Okay, and the second option given to us is, this can't be our answer because it is said that 1 comma 2 bisects the line segment between the axis. Okay, so it would be like this, but this is not possible, so 1 is not the answer. Now we'll make drawing the other line, that is the b option. When we will make this, it will be like this. This also can't be our solution because 1 comma 2 not lies here. Now 2x plus y is equal to 4, that will be equal to, that equation will be like this, and this can be our answer, potential answer. Let's take the last one also. It will give us a clear picture whether it is possible or not. And yes, this will be like this, and this is also not possible, so this is our answer, that is C will be our answer. And the other way is that you can let the equation of the line and put 1 by 2 in it, so you will get the answer from that way also. Now moving to the question number 58, what is the difference? Sorry, what is the equation of a straight line passing through the point 4 comma 3 and making equal intercepts on the coordinate axis? What is the equation of the straight line passing through the point 4 comma 3 and making an equal intercepts on the axis? Let me clear this so that I can get the space. Okay, let's make the coordinate axis, and it is saying that a point is 4 comma 3, a line is passing through it, and the intercepts, that is y and x, made by it on the coordinate axis are same. Okay, so we can let the point here, that is we can let this point to be 0 comma a and this point to be a comma 0, because the axis and the intercept cut on the axis are same. Okay, so we will find the equation of this curve. Find the equation. Its slope will be equal to what? Slope will be equal to minus 1, clearly visible from the equation that its slope is equal to minus 1. So our equation will be equal to y minus 3 is equal to minus of 1 x minus 4. So our equation will be y plus x will be equal to 4 plus 3, that is 7. X plus y is equal to 7. Is that answer? Yes. Our answer is, moving to the question number 59. What is the equation of the line midway between the lines this and this? So by seeing the equations of the lines, we can get that these two lines are parallel, and the line which lie in between them will also be parallel to them. Okay, so as you can see, all the equations are parallel only. So let's do one thing, that 3x minus 4y plus 12 is equal to 0, and 3x minus 4y plus, sorry, minus of 6 is equal to 0. If we get the distance between them, Okay, the difference between them is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 9, 12 minus 9 will be equal to 3. So our the constant, the equation with the constant term equal to 3 will lie in midway between them. So find the constant term to be 3. This is 3. Okay, our answer is D. Easy peasy question. And if you know this trick, this will be all much easier to solve this equation. Okay, moving to the last question for today. And what is it? Question number 16. What is the sum of the major and minor axis of the ellipse whose eccentricity is 4 by 5 and the length of the lateral spectrum is 14.4? This is a formula based question. Okay, if you know, it is asking us to the sum of the major and minor axis, that is 2a plus 2b. Okay, this is being asked from us, and what is given to us is 4 by 5 is 4 by 5, and the length of lateral spectrum, that is 2b square by a, is 14.4, and e is under root 1 minus b square by a square, that is 16 by 25 is equal to 1 minus b square by a square. B square by a square is 9 by 25. Okay, now we will put the equation value of b square here. So 2 into 2 by a into b square is 9 by 25 into a square. A is 14.4. So a will be equal to 14.4 into 25 by 18. Much easier. And now it is much easier. 5 2 5 5 72. Okay, this will be equal to what? 4 4 4, and a will be equal to 20. Okay, now find b. For finding b, we will use this equation, this one. Okay, so b will be equal to what? 3 by 5 into 20, that is 12. Okay, a plus b will be equal to 32, and 2a plus 2b will be equal to 64, that is c. So c is the answer. So that's it for today, guys. We will meet in the next video. Hope you like the video, and the pdf of this solutions will be given in the description box. You can check it out there, and the rest of the solutions we will do in the next video. Till then, see you, have a good day, bye bye.